Hey everybody, the Miss World Canada competition is starting in 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks from now. I have been preparing for this competition since I think I signed up in December of 2019, and it is finally the home stretch before the pageant. And leading up to the competition, the contestants are required to post on social media, post blogs about their experience, their time leading up to the competition, events that they host, fundraisers that they're doing for the Children's Wish Foundation. And so one thing that I wanted to do is I wanted to get your questions, my friends, followers from social media, about the way I'm competing, the way I'm preparing to present to you a Miss World Canada 2020 Q&A. It has been a long time since I've done a Q&A. I've been very focused on building up my career and building up my platform. I've said that those are the two main things that I am focused on for the last few months, and training is a full-time thing. I'm not just training to be Miss World Canada, I'm training to be the best version of Maria and put forward a different version of myself, a more refined version than I have in the past. And with that comes a lot of knowledge and wisdom and growth that I am ready to share with you today. So I'm not going to take any longer. Let's go into the Q&A right now. So pulling up your questions, these questions came from Instagram and some from Mama Bear. So thank you so much to everyone who submitted a question. I'm going to be sharing my answers openly, honestly with you today. All right. So the first question is, how are you keeping focused? Now, like I said, 10 months of preparing, it's easy to lose focus at different times. But one thing I've always known is that I start preparing early on out. So that way when my plate starts to get more full, or when unexpected things start to come into my life, I know that I've been preparing for this not just since 10 months ago, I've been preparing for this for years. And so if that means that one day I have to miss a workout or a practice, I know I have hundreds of hours behind me, which means that it's okay to take a day off of preparation, because when you've been doing it for so long, you don't need to stress yourself out and do something every single day. It comes from knowing yourself and doing these reflection exercises, not doing 30 more minutes of a heels practice. But another way that I've been staying focused, and I just posted this on my Instagram, I'll leave that link down below, is I always lead with my purpose and my platform. I am not thinking about winning Miss World Canada because of the appearances and things like that. I'm thinking about winning Miss World Canada because it's gonna allow me to connect with my target audience, the young men and women who are feeling lost and confused in their identity and in their purpose. That is why I'm here, and that's why I do what I do. It's why I compete in pageants now, why I'm always trying to connect and host different events. And when I think about being able to reach out to those individuals, it reminds me that my purpose is bigger than me, and it helps me stay focused on that being the end goal. So might be a little bit cheesy, but it so helps to know your purpose, which is what I instill in my coaching clients, and hopefully you do too. So that was question numero uno. The second question is, what event are you most excited for? Now, Miss World Canada is one of the most comprehensive competitions that I've ever competed in, and I'm so excited. We've had to do social media blogging, fundraising, there's gonna be a fashion show, a fitness competition, swimwear, evening gown interview. And in all honesty, the thing I'm most excited for is the fitness competition. My fitness, I have been putting in work. I have always been a very active individual, but this year I have really wanted to level up my fitness performance and functionality. Obviously, I'm a personal trainer, so this is a very personal thing to me as well. I love competing, and even if I don't win the fitness competition per se, I'm just really excited to see how my body has progressed and what it's gonna allow me to do, how I'm gonna be able to perform, not only against other contestants, but just for myself. I'm really excited for that portion. And of course, for every other single thing, but this will be the first time I'm competing in a fitness competition, so I'm really excited for that. Thank you for that question. I think Milena asked that one. Anything challenging about your preparation? Whew, boy. I mean, I think this whole year has been a challenging one with regards to the pandemic coming about. And I think my biggest thing was just being able to remember to give back my energy, the energy that I give out. Because when the pandemic started, I picked up shifts working as a nurse. And once my nursing home was clear of COVID, I then started working as a personal trainer, working to gain clients and train other people. And so with all the energy I was giving out, I needed to make sure that I was still in control of my schedule and I was still in control of my day, my preparation, my intentions, my platform. So the most challenging thing was just having my energy being shifted to giving it to other people and reminding myself that I have to intentionally plan to do things for myself each day, sit down without my phone. I did a social media detox recently. I've been intentionally meditating, which is not something I ever had to intentionally do, but now I'm intentionally doing because I know I need to fill up my cup as much as I give to other people. So that's been the one challenging thing, not exactly just COVID and the pandemic, but just realizing that I'm such an energetic person that I need to make sure I feel good, that my cup is full, so that way I can continue on this path of training and preparation. That's what was challenging. What will you do if you win? I think Jenna asked this. And I've been a contestant, I've been a title holder, and I've seen the benefits of being a title holder and how it allows you to make larger connections with your community and with the organizations you work with. So what I'm looking forward to doing, for those of you who know, I work with Optimist International. I'm a spokesperson for them, and I've been helping out a lot this year, hosting and kind of being able to fulfill our platform virtually. I was the virtual host of the First Timers Orientation at our convention. I am now on our International Joy Committee, our Junior Optimist International Committee, helping the board discover what they want to do throughout their year and to fulfill that. But truly, as Miss World Canada, my goal is to host at least one event each month to teach others, gather others from across Canada, and teach about self-care strategies and stress reduction techniques. And I miss speaking in school so much. I know that's probably not a realistic thing, but again, hosting these live events, even though they might be online, getting back to doing this in my repertoire is exactly what I would want to do as Miss World Canada. Again, my goal is still to do this as Maria. That's always my goal. But as a title holder, you have a bigger torch to carry, and it just allows you the opportunity to connect more with individuals. So that is my goal. I have some things in the works already, so that will all be announced soon. And hopefully in 2 weeks after the pageant, I will be able to fulfill these as Miss World Canada. And I will say, I know that there are 5 titles that I'm competing for. There are 5 titles being given out. But I think every single woman knows that they're entering Miss World Canada. That is the big umbrella organization, but I would be honored to do this as any title, of course. Representing Canada is an honor no matter what you are going towards, and my platform and purpose will not change. So just realize that I'm gonna be me throughout, and hopefully as Miss World Canada, but I understand my destiny is not up to me, so we will see what happens. All right, what is your favorite thing about preparing? So I guess this kind of goes hand in hand with something I've already said, and it is really just reminding myself that I have a box over me, and every time I enter into something new, it's like a way for me to push that box off of myself. It's a way for me to remind myself that what I have done is all that I know right now, but there's so much more I have to do. And so in order to do these things, I have to keep seeking opportunities to grow. I have to keep pushing myself even farther. No matter what I've accomplished, what accolades I have done, I am here for me right now, learning about who and how I want to be in a year, 5 years from now. So bringing it back to the question, my favorite thing about preparing is pushing myself to a limit that I haven't gone to yet, and really trusting myself to invest in these opportunities and invest in my training is the funnest part, because now whatever happens after November 7th, I can say I've hosted a virtual event, a virtual pageant fundraiser that I'm excited to do again next year. I can say I was comfortable enough to hire trainers and coaches to help me get to where I am. And just taking all of this knowledge that I built and seeing where it's gonna take me, not only in the pageant, but afterwards, I love this feeling. And the last couple weeks before the pageant are the best, because you have these butterflies in your stomach, and win or lose, when the pageant's done, it's done, and then you got to find a new way to get those butterflies back. So I really do love the feeling of competing and preparing and pushing myself. Thanks for that. Did you prep differently for this competition as opposed to others? Yes, and I just alluded to that a little bit. Ooh, this is the first competition that I've actually hired coaches to help me with. And I know that probably sounds crazy because I am a pageant coach and I understand and have seen the value of coaching. But I think before I was just, again, I had that box over me and I thought I had in me to keep pushing myself. But this year I realized that there were just some mental barriers that I had that I wanted to overcome, and I wanted an outside perspective to help me unleash that power within and to show me a light that I wasn't seeing, and to kind of help me connect the dots for what I was missing in terms of competing and leveling myself up. So this year I've officially hired 3 coaches to help me. I will be sharing and showcasing them afterwards. I've kind of already given them shout outs before on my social media, but they have truly been the best investment. And honestly, even if I don't compete in a pageant, I think it's still so beneficial that I worked with these individuals, and I'm excited afterwards to continue working with them and seeking guidance from them, just because it's great to have mentors and cheerleaders and family and friends supporting you, but it's a completely different perspective when you have a coach that you hire in your corner, teaching you the strategy behind things, teaching you the mindset behind things that you don't quite always get yourself. So it's really allowed me to decrease my own burden of preparation because I trust in the coaches I hired to help me get to where I'm going. So that is the number one thing I've done differently this competition, and I'm kind of coach happy now. Now I'm like, oh my gosh, I can't wait for my next coaching session. So I hope that you have that experience too. And if you're looking for a coach, you can message me. I'll leave my website below. I'm not taking on new clients until after the competition, but I will be very excited to help you afterwards. So I will be in contact. Are you worried about COVID there? How will this pageant work with COVID regulations? In all honesty, I've worked in the trenches with COVID, and I think that when you face it head on like that, there's much less fear instilled in me because I've seen it and because I know that I can only control what I can control. And the 2 best things that I can do are to wear a mask and wash my hands. That's whether I'm at my nursing home, at my gym, in my home, or at a pageant. So personally, I'm not worried about COVID. I'm not worried about other illnesses, right? There's always things that we could worry about, but those aren't in my control. I have to worry about what I can control. And with regards to the pageant, we would not be hosting it if it was not safe. We would not be hosting it if there weren't going to be regulations and precautions that we were going to be taking. And so we're going to be very, very safe, and it's going to be the group of women together. You know, I trust that the director won't put us in an unsafe situation. Let's be real. And while this pageant week is going to look different from others because maybe we're not going to be going to bigger outer public events just because that's not going to be as safe right now, we're going to have a lot of time, I think, to spend with the girls and each other as a group on our own, in our own little, bubble kind of. So I'm excited for that. And I think we're going to be doing more things online, which is kind of the way of the future anyways. So at least I hope that you all at home will be able to enjoy the different elements of competition either way. So just stay tuned, but I promise I'm going to do everything I can to be the safest I can, and I know that that's how it's going to go. And this is the last question. My mom, hi Mama Bear, asked, what is one non-pageant related thing you'll bring to this pageant? I feel like I'm very thorough and thought out when it comes to the pageant. I'm gonna bring everything related to it, but I guess I'll mention one thing that maybe, doesn't have to do with the pageant, and that is tea. I'll bring additional tea bags with me just because I find it soothing at night when you can sit back, relax after a long day with a tea of your choice. And you just never know what the hotel is gonna have. So that is something that I plan on bringing, just so that way I can feel a little bit more cozy. I mean, it's November, fall time. I like drinking warm things, and that will be something that just helps relax me, not just because of the pageant, but just because it's nice to kind of relax at night. So tea bags are gonna be something that I bring that might not be exactly pageant related. Okay, everybody, that is all of the questions for my Miss World Canada Q&A. If you've made it this far, thank you so much for the love and support Please continue to follow me on social media. I am a social media trekker. I love sharing the details of competition and leading up to it. I'll leave all of that linked down below, as well as the Miss World Ontario blog page that you can follow all of the contestants to see what we're up to leading up to and during the competition as well. One last special thank you to my sponsors and to my coaches. They know who they are. I've given them shout outs before on social media. This is another shout out for you all. I will be continuing to work with them behind the scenes and give them all the praise that they deserve, because I wouldn't be where I'm at without them. I know I say that every single time, but it's true. It's because of the selfless people and the people who have agreed to work with me that I am where I am and why I feel the way I feel 2 weeks before competition. So I'm really excited and I'm gonna make you all proud, I promise. Thank you for your support. And lastly, everyone at home, I hope that you continue to stay safe at this time. I always say my DMs are open if you need anything, but right now I'm focused on Miss World Canada, so don't be afraid to message me. I'm still always gonna be there for you all. I'm always Maria first and a competitor at heart second, so I'll be there for you as you have all been there for me. Friends reference right there, we love it. Have a great day, everyone, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.